Hello. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, this is Satish. I'm faculty at Sathya Technologies. So I'm here. I'm the employee of UTC. Okay. So today we can see the trending things in market. One of the trending things in market that is like DevOps. Okay. So the first question, like what is DevOps? Okay. You see, DevOps is combination of development and operations. Okay. You see this one? DevOps is a combination of what? Dev and ops. Okay. Again, I have a question like what is development and operations? So we know this. If you take any project, so a project can develop by this dev team, okay, and it can manage by this ops team, operations team, okay. So here, the both dev and ops teams will have their own roles and responsibilities, okay. If you just see this, so I have a project, okay. So that project can develop by this dev team, okay. We discussed, right? So and the project can manage by this ops. So if we go with this dev and ops, the dev team will gather the client requirements. Okay, you see the phases here. So the dev team will gather client requirements and they will start coding. They will do coding. Okay, we know this, right? Before this coding, they will do some analysis. Okay, they will design it. Okay, so then they will start this coding. Okay, then they'll go for build. Okay, so they'll just build the code. So a question like what is building? Here, building is a process of compiling the source code. Like once you write some code, like in Java, .NET code, something, so that code you have to compile it, right? So we can just build the code. And next one, we can just prepare some packages. Okay, like we can prepare some vars, jars, ERs. Okay, just we can prepare some packages, and then we can configure it. Okay, and we have to configure. Then we can apply test cases, right? So then go for this ops team. So they have their own roles and responsibilities again. Okay. So here the dev team will gather the requirements and they will design the code, right? So once it is tested, it simply deliver to ops team. Okay. So this ops team will deploy this project on server. Okay. And it will operate it and then monitor. Okay. So if you see this process here, so the dev team will develop this project and ops team will manage that project. Now we have a question like how to develop this project and what are different development models we have, some SDLC models we have. You just see here. If you see, we have some different SDLC models, development models. Like one is like waterfall model, okay, and next one is Agile, okay. If you just see this, some difference, like what is waterfall and what is agile. Here, the waterfall model will try to develop this complete project. Okay, if you have a project, okay, so it will try to release a complete project. Okay, like if I said even in my project I have multiple modules like some sales module, employee module, bank module. So I have some multiple modules here. Okay, so I'm going to deliver all modules at once. Okay, so here we have a huge target. A huge target is there. Okay, so we have to deliver this complete project. But go for this agile. Agile will simplify this process. Okay, you just see this agile. So Agile will just simplify this process. So instead of delivering the complete project, so what I will do is I'll just deliver one by one module. Okay, I'll just take my some sales module. Okay, some employee module, bank module. So I will deliver one by one module. Okay, yeah. So now we can see this like which one is preferable, like waterfall or agile. Okay, you can see definitely agile is preferable. Okay, I said right, in waterfall model we have a huge target. Okay, like that is to release a complete project at once. But go for this agile, yes, we will deliver one by one modules. Okay, it's clear, right? Now I have a question, like why this waterfall model has some like limitations, and what are the problems we have in this waterfall model. You can just see here. If you see the phases of this waterfall model, okay, like requirement gather, design, implementation, okay, so verification and maintenance. So our dev team will do all these phases. Okay, you see the limitations here. First, this waterfall model will take more time. So it will take more time. And one more thing, it need more resources. It need more manpower resources. Okay. And next one here, quick changes are not possible. Okay. Suppose a client comes with some any new idea, some new change. So immediately we cannot apply the changes, right? So we have a flow. So we have to work. So according to this flow. So quick changes are not possible. Okay. So this model I said, right, will take more time, definitely. So I will spend some amount of time for all these phases, okay, to gather requirements and to design this and to implement, okay, and for verification. So for all these things, so I will spend an amount of time, okay. So definitely this process will take more time. Then go for Agile. Agile will just will override all these things. I'll just see this Agile model. Just see this one. If you have some agile model, what I will do is I'll just get one specific module. I need some sales module, okay? So I'll just design it, okay, and I'll develop it, and then test and deploy, okay. If you see in our earlier case in waterfall model, here we have a deployment, right? Here what we were deployed the total project, a complete project, okay. Like we deployed some sales module, employee module, stock, okay. Multiple modules we are deployed at once, okay. So we have a single deployment. Then go for agile. Here we have some multiple deployments. See, I'll deploy first only a sales module, right? Okay, then I'll go for some next module like employee, okay. Here we have multiple deployments for the same project. We have multiple deployments. It's clear, okay. This is what like agile. Now I have a question. If you have multiple deployments, then what is benefit? Okay. One is the client will get early market. Early market. In our earlier waterfall model, when client will get this market after completion of the total project. Okay. But go for this agile, a client will get what? early market. Okay, and one more thing, client will have some early customer feedback. Early customer feedback. Okay, so once you release a sales module, so that our end users will use the sales module and they'll use some feedback, right? We know that feedback will play a major role. Okay, so we have to rectify the things in our next modules. Okay, so if you do like this, so there is some continuous improvement in a project. Okay, so first I'll get my feedback from sales module, I'll just implement in my further modules. Okay, so again I will deploy it, I'll get some more feedback, right? So I'll just design this application like this. So there is a continuous improvement in my project. Okay, so just see these things. One is like early market and early customer feedback and continuous improvement in this project. Okay, then you can go for this Agile. Agile will have some different phases. Okay, just see these phases here. One is like design. Okay, so if we have any module, first we have to design it. We have discussed the same thing here. Same thing, build. We have to compile it and configure, test and release. Okay, if you just see this process here, this Agile model will just focus on development. Okay, here I said, right, I have some sales module, right? I'll just design it. Okay, next one I have some employee module. I'll just design it. Some bank module, right? So one by one module, I'm going to design, then I will deliver. It's fine. But we go with this limitation of this Agile limitation. Agile will always focus on development, continuous development. Okay, Agile will always focus on what? Continuous development. But we know this a project means, is it only development? No, right? So we have to deploy it and we have to maintain. Okay. So Agile will just focus on development, but it doesn't consider operations. It doesn't consider operations. Okay. So here development could be continuous, but operations are not continuous. Okay. Just see here. What is Agile limitation? Agile will just focus on what? Continuous development. Okay, so it doesn't focus on operations. Okay, now we have a requirement to extend this cycle, to extend this continuous development cycles towards operations. Okay, so if you do like this, if you extend this cycle, then we got a new cycle called DevOps. Okay, so in our earlier Agile model, so we have only a development, only a continuous development, right? Okay. I said, right, I will take one module, I'll just plan, code, build, test, I'll do all those things, fine. But go for DevOps, it includes even operations. Okay. It includes even operations. So then we can see there is a continuous development and continuous operations. That is, once I took one module, okay, I'll just plan for the modules. I will design it. I'll do coding. I'll test it. Okay, then I will release it and deploy it. Deploy on server. Operate it. What is here? What is operations? Like maintenance. Okay, I have to maintain it. Then monitor. Okay, here monitoring in sense like health check. So we have to check this health of this application, right? So if you just see this DevOps, so how to define this DevOps? So is a combination of development and operations, right? Just see a simple definition for DevOps. DevOps is combination of software development and operations. Okay, it's combination of software development and operations. And see this next statement, like it is melding, like combining of two disciplines. So what are two disciplines? Just see this. One is development, and next one operations, right? Okay, so it is melding of these two disciplines in order to improve communication, collaboration, and integration. In order to improve what? Communication, collaboration, and integration between traditionally separate developer and IT operations team. Okay, traditionally separate dev and ops teams. Okay, so now we have a question like what is dev and ops? We discussed, right? So dev team will develop this project, okay, and ops team will manage it, right? But here we said these two teams are traditionally separate, okay. So here dev team will have their own platform, okay. So they will work and they will develop it. At the same time, like ops team will have their own platform, okay. So these two different teams will have their own work culture, okay. So it's what like both development and operations. But now we have question. Uh, we have to like why we have to integrate these two teams like development and operations, right? You just see one scenario. Suppose if any client come up with some any issue, any problem, okay. We know this first he will approach with this like ops team, okay. He'll just met with the ops team, and he will just inform that issue, okay. And what this ops team will do? So they will try to resolve it, right? So they will check all these configurations, okay. So they will see all this like dependencies. So everything they'll just verify, okay. So and they will try to rectify that issue. If they are unable to resolve the issue, and again this ops team will simply throw that issue to dev team, okay. So there is some issue with the application, so they'll simply throw the issue to dev team. Now what this dev team will do here? Again, these guys will try to just verify this content. Okay, they just rectify the things. Here the dev team was felt there are no issue in the project. Okay, they felt everything is fine in the development side. Okay, so what they will do is they will just throw the issue to again ops team. So it is not like problem with the development. So you just go and check your configurations. So these guys again they will just deliver the issue to ops team. If you just observe here, these two teams are like blaming each other, right? Like this ops team and dev team, they'll simply throw issues, right? But we have a question like finally who will lose the things here? Okay, if these two teams are doing like this, so then finally who will lose the things? Definitely client, customer, right? Okay, so this client will lose the things. But here what this DevOps says, these two teams like dev and ops, these two different teams should work in a same platform. So earlier they have some different platforms. Now what is DevOps will says? These two different teams should work in the same platform, in a single platform. I'll call this single platform as a DevOps. Is it clear? Okay. So now with this DevOps, what we can do? We can improve communication, collaboration, and integration between development and operations. So if there is proper communication and integration, so these two teams will work together, and the client and then this company will get some early products, okay, and we can improve its productivity, okay. So DevOps will do this job, okay. So these two teams like dev and ops team should work in the same platform and same work culture, okay. So we can also define like this. So DevOps is a new platform or a new work culture, okay. It's clear for you. So we'll just start our process with some waterfall model, okay. We just seen like first waterfall and next one like agile, and then we just move to DevOps, okay. Now we can see here some DevOps will have some certain goals, okay. You can say some DevOps will have some certain goals or some advantages, okay. I can just go with the slide. First thing, it will improve deployment frequency. It will improve what? deployment frequency. What is deployment frequency? In our earlier case, like if we just go for waterfall model, how many deployments we have? Only one deployment. Okay. So for this entire project, we have a single deployment. But go for this Agile or DevOps culture, here we can have multiple deployments for the same project. Now we have a question, which one is preferable? A single deployment or multiple deployments? It's clear for you? Which one is preferable? Like a single deployment, okay, or multiple deployments? Yeah, so definitely multiple deployments. Okay. Here, what is the limitation of this waterfall and this single deployment? Just see here. If you have only one deployment, the client have to wait. Okay. Suppose a client comes with any new issue, some new idea. Okay. And if we deliver this project after 1 year or some 2 years, so the client have to wait, right? And client may not start his business. Okay. Just see this case here. I started this process in Jan, okay, and I delivered in the month of December, right? So here my client have to wait. He won't start his business, right? Okay. So he have to wait for much time. Okay. But go for this agile functionality. Okay, so here we have multiple deployments. I said, right, I'll just deliver my sales module. Okay, I'll do this process in the month of Jan and I'll deliver this in the month of March. So here the client will get early market. Okay, so here what we said here, the first goal, like improve deployment frequency. Like instead of one deployment, you go for what? Multiple deployments. And one more thing, achieve faster time to market. Client will get early market. Faster time to market. Okay, we discussed, right, in our waterfall model, when you get market at the end of this project, right? But go for this agile or DevOps culture. So when client will get market at the end of first module. So when you deploy the first module, a client will do his business, right? So you get early market. So it is one more advantage here. So faster time to market. And next one, lower failure rate. So here chance of failures are less. Chances of failures are less in this uh, DevOps culture. So how can you say this lower failure rate? We know this, right? We are not delivering a complete project. We are delivering only a specific module. Okay, no? So lower failure rate. And one more thing, shorten lead time between fixes. We can easily fix that issues. Okay. So if we have any bugs, we can easily fix that issues. Okay. And another one, you can improve mean time to recovery. In sense what? You see this when I said recovery. Generally, when you recover this application, if it is crash, right? So if you just go for this, in this waterfall model, I said this deployment is failed. This deployment is crash. Okay. This deployment is failed here. We have to refer this total code and we have to do some changes. So we have to change it, we have to do it. Okay. And we have to test it. And again, we have to go for deployment, right? But go for this Agile, I'll just deliver some sales module. Okay. It's fine. There are no issues. Then I go for some employee module, but this module is failed. This module is crash. Okay. Then where will focus? I'll just focus on employee module. Okay. So, but in our earlier waterfall model, so we have to focus on this for this total project. But go for Agile is not like this. Okay. So I said, right, the sales model is fine. There are no issues. But this employee module is failed, right? I'll just focus on employee. Okay. So even the application is crash, we can easily recover. It's clear for you? Okay. So we can just improve deployment frequency. Okay. And client will get early market, faster time to market, so lower failure rate, and shorten lead time between fixes. You can easily fix the issues and improve mean time to recovery. Okay, even the application is crash, we can easily recover it. Okay, so we have some different goals for DevOps. But the question is like how to achieve these goals. Okay, so we can do this with the help of tools, DevOps tools. Actually, all these things are not new in DevOps. The same thing we have in Agile, right? But what is the new things in DevOps? That's what tools, DevOps tools. Okay, so with these tools we can achieve automation. We can get automation. Okay, so what are different tools in DevOps? Just see here. I will just classify these DevOps tools into two different types. One is the tools for development and tools for operations. Okay, tools for dev and ops. So if we go with this, here we have different tools like some SVN, Subversion, Git, and Maven, some Selenium, JUnit, okay, and Puppet, Chef, Ansible, okay, and Sensu, Nagios, okay, and we have some Jenkins. So like multiple tools we have, okay. If you just see this process here, first thing we have like planning. We have to some design this. First we have to plan this application, and we have to design. Then you can do coding. Okay. So after coding, what we have? Building. Okay, and we have to test it, and then we can deploy on server. Okay, operate it, and then monitor. So for all these things, we have multiple tools. Okay, we just see this tools here. Just observe this development flow here. We know this, right? This project development will start from these developers. Okay, we know this. Developers will write their code. Okay, I said I have a team of 50 different developers, so everyone will write some code. Their one code here. That code they will store in different repositories. Okay, here we have some two different repositories. One is like SVN, Subversion, and then Git. Okay, so here developers will add their code for repositories. Okay, here I said one is Subversion. Here Subversion is one centralized version control system. Okay, and go for Git. Git is one distributed version control tool. Okay, so what this SVN and Git will do here? They will maintain our source code. Okay, so if we have some source code, the code will manage at this SVN and Git repositories. Okay, so here all these developers will add their code for repositories. Okay, so once this coding is done, so then we have to uh, build this code. Can you see here some build tools here and Maven? So we have some multiple build tools here. Okay, we can just build our source code through this build tools. Like I will use a Maven here. So with this Maven, I will just build my source code. You can use any build tool. Okay, you can use and Maven, some Gradle. Okay, so you have to build it. Question like what is building? So we have to compile it. I said right, we have to compile our source code and we have to prepare packages. Okay, so you can do this building. Then we can apply some test cases. Okay, so you can just test this code. Okay, so then we have to deliver. Okay, see the phases here. One is like coding, build, test. So if it is done, then we have to deliver the application to ops. So what this ops team will do here? So at this ops, we have different tools like Puppet, Chef, Ansible. I'll call all these tools as CM tools. So configuration management tools. What is it? Configuration management tools. Okay. The question is, what is the role of CM tools? What they will do? This configuration management tools will configure our servers. What is this configurations? Suppose I have some multiple servers for all the servers, I want to install different packages. So okay, I said I have some 100 different servers. For all 100 different servers, I want to install some packages like Java, something Tomcat, okay, and some Apache, okay, different packages I want to install, okay. So I can do the job with the help of CM tools, configuration management tools, okay. So one is what, like package installation, you can do it. And one more thing we can do, application deployment. So if we have an application, we can deploy the application for all servers. Okay, you can just do application deployment. Okay, and then once you deploy application, you have to configure it. Okay, and we have to manage services, like we have to start service, we have to stop service, enable, disable service, right? So we can do the service management, and we can also do some files management. Okay, so we can create some files, we can modify the file content. Okay, no, so we can just do this files management, and then we can manage some hosts, users, groups, and so on. Okay, so we can do all these things with the help of CM tools. Okay, like Puppet, Chef, Ansible, SaltStack, okay, any tool here. So the tools will do this job. Like I said, right? One is package installation. Yes, I can install packages. Multiple packages I can install through CM tools. I can do application deployment. Okay, no? I'll deploy my application, and I will do configurations. I'll just configure my applications and manage servers, like services. Okay, like start service, stop, enable, disable service. I'll do it, and I'll do files management. I'll create some files. I'll just modify the file content. Okay, I'll do it, and host. Okay, and users, groups maintenance. I'll do with the help of CM tools. So now we have a question like how the CM tools will do this job. Okay, here every tool will have its own scripts. If you go for Puppet, Puppet will have its own scripts like manifest, okay, and Chef will have its own scripts like cookbooks. Ansible can have a scripts like playbooks. Like this, every tool will have its own scripts. Okay, so here I said, right, what are Puppet scripts? Manifest. Okay, so through manifest you will do this job. And what are Chef scripts? Like cookbooks, I said, and Ansible scripts are like playbooks. So through the scripts we can manage our servers. Here each tool will have its own scripting language again. Okay, its own scripting language. Puppet will have a scripting language like some DSL, and Chef will have a scripting language like Ruby, and Ansible can have a scripting language like AML, okay, or Python. You can use Python. Okay, so like this, each tool will have its own scripting languages. Okay, so we go for Puppet. I said Puppet will have DSL. Like DSL stands for some declarative domain specific language. Okay, so through DSL I will develop some manifest. I'll write some manifest. Okay, again Chef will have some Ruby, I said. Okay, so through Ruby I'll just maintain my cookbooks. And same thing, Ansible will have AML. Here AML stands for at another markup language. So with the help of AML I'll just develop some multiple playbooks. Okay, then I will manage it. So like this, each tool will have its own scripting languages and scripts. Okay, fine. So next we have to monitor. I said, right, I'll develop my code here. I'll just build it and test it. Then I will deploy it through CM tools. Then how can I monitor? Right, through monitoring tools like Sensu, Nagios. So we have multiple monitoring tools here. So I'll use some Nagios. Through Nagios, I'll just monitor my servers. Okay. Here we have some Nagios server, Nagios agent. Okay. Nagios will have a component like some NRP, like Nagios remote plugin executor. Okay. So it will act like a server. So this server will just monitor all these nodes. We have some multiple nodes here. So all these nodes can monitor through Nagios. Okay. I said, right, Nagios will have a core component like NRP, Nagios remote plugin executor. Okay, we will see all these things later. Okay, right. Next one, one more important tool here, Jenkins. Okay, I'll call Jenkins as a CI/CD tool. The question is, what is CI/CD? It is a continuous integration, and continuous deployment. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay, so we go to any DevOps interview. It's one question we'll get it. Like what is CI? They will ask. Okay, I said right. Continuous integration. Integration of what? Integration of, yes. Integration of what? Source code. We have our source code in the repositories, right? So we have to integrate it. We have to get the code from source repositories. And next one, integration of build tools. So we have to build our code, and integration of test cases. So here Jenkins will do this job. It will just integrate the source code. It will get the code from repository. It will build the code with the help of build tools, and it can apply test cases, right? So all these things I will just integrate with the help of Jenkins. Okay, I'll call this a CI, continuous integration. Okay, next one we can have like CD, continuous deployment. Yes, once you prepare this package, once you build the code, then we have to deliver it, right? So I'll just deliver the files like var file, jar files, all these things. I'll just deliver to CM tools. So there is some integration of this source code, build tools, and test cases, and there is a continuous deployment or continuous delivery to CM tools. So here Jenkins will do this job. Okay, so we are seeing some multiple tools here, and some more tools we have in this DevOps. Like we have some different tools for like Jenkins. Okay, and one more tool like Vagrant, and we have some tool like HA proxy. Okay, and we have tool like Nexus, and we have tool like GitLab. Like multiple tools are there. Okay, you can just go with this. And along with this, we'll see some additional things like cloud computing concepts we'll see here, like AWS Cloud, Google, or Azure. Okay, so you can just see some different computing concepts, and even Linux shell scripts. Okay, so in this DevOps, we have all these things. Okay, just 1 minute. Already Jenkins we discussed, right? I will add one more tool here. Let me add one more tool like Docker. Okay, fine. Already we are seeing Jenkins here. So let me add one more tool here, Docker. We have a question like what is Docker, Vagrant, all these things. Yeah, just give some overview for all these tools. See here. Docker is a tool for containerization. Docker is a tool for what? Containerization. If you want to create some containers, okay, we can use Docker. Again, what is container? I think we know this VMs, right? Virtual machines. Okay. So normal VMs are heavyweight instances. Okay, no? Heavyweight instances. But go for Docker. Docker containers are lightweight, so very lightweight. So they won't occupy much memory. Okay. So they are lightweight instances. So I'll call the instances containers. Okay. And Docker will have some more concepts here: Docker file, Docker compose, Docker swarm. Okay, Docker cluster. Okay, we'll just see all these things here in Docker. And one more tool here, Vagrant. What is Vagrant? Vagrant is a tool to create VMs, virtual machines. If you want to create VMs, so you can use Vagrant. Okay, so the help of this Vagrant, so we can create some multiple VMs. We'll see these things later. Next one, HA proxy. Here, HA proxy is a load balancer. Here, HA stands for high availability proxy. Is a load balancer, so which can distribute the workload across multiple servers. I said right, high availability proxy is a load balancer. Okay, so which can distribute the workload. And some additional tools I said, like GitLab. GitLab is there. So what does GitLab will do here? I think you may know GitHub. Okay, so GitLab is an additional tool here, so which can use to set up some user-defined repositories. Like we can set up our own repositories through GitLab. We can create our own private repositories. I'll show this one later. Okay, so GitLab, and another important tool here, Nexus. Okay, so what is the role of Nexus? Nexus is a tool for artifact repository. Is a tool for artifact repository. Okay, I'll call this artifact repository manager. So here's again question: what is artifact? Artifact in the sense your project. Your project is artifact. Okay, a project can have some multiple versions, multiple snapshots. Okay, I'll store all my versions, all my snapshots into this Nexus. Okay, so it's a repository which can store artifacts in sense like project. And go for other tools, some additional tools here. We have some cloud computing concepts here. We'll see like what is AWS cloud, Google, Azure. We'll see all those things. And next one, we'll also discuss some Linux shell scripts. Okay. So like this, in this DevOps course, we have some multiple tools. I said right, different tools for source code repositories and different tools for building, like code building, and we have tools for applying some test cases. And here we have some CM tools, configuration management tools, and monitoring tools, and some additional tools. I said right, Docker, Vagrant, okay, HA proxy, load balancer, Nexus, okay, and one more thing, GitLab. Okay, along with this, we have to see even cloud computing concepts. Okay, and then Linux shell scripts and commands. Okay, no? So we're going to cover all these things in this DevOps course. Okay, fine. This is some basic demo for DevOps. Okay, we will see one by one tool and some Linux commands. Okay, we'll see one by one tool from tomorrow. So, any doubts in this session? Any queries? You can just ask your queries in the chat box. Just mention your queries. Okay, I guess prepare for this. Okay, yeah, you can just post your queries in chat box. I'll just talk to you. Hello. Question. కనపడదా? Yeah, Nexus sound is not getting fine. Yeah, I said right. Actually, in this free course, we will cover some of the tools. Okay, so rest of those will cover in the paid in a paid course. Okay, we'll cover some of the tools here. Right. Yeah, general duration is some 45 days. Okay, 45 days it is. CACD means I said right, continuous integration and continuous uh, deployment. Yeah. CI/CD same as DevOps. No, in DevOps it's a flow. It is CI/CD is a flow. Okay. Zoom out. Yeah, I did it right. Yeah, we'll use multiple tools in real time. Yes, yes. We'll see multiple tools in DevOps. No, it's only demo, right? That's why it is demo. No, no, free course is not 45 days. Okay, we'll see only for some few tools in this course. So rest of those will cover in paid version. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Lakshmi Pawan is just definitely for next 10 years you can just see some multiple tools in this IT industry. Okay, so IT industry completely depends on automation, right? So for this automation, definitely we need the tools. Okay, yeah, fine. So I'll just close the session here. Okay, so we'll see rest of things on tomorrow, right? Right. Thank you. Yeah, no, nothing. There are no prerequisites. I'll discuss in this all those things in class in course itself. Okay. Yeah, all this in JUnit, all this is just test tools. It is. Okay. Right. Fine. Yeah. Let me close this session. So we'll just see on tomorrow. Right. 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 Thank you.